Hello, guys. How are you?
Periscope family.
Periscope family. Hey,
y'all.
Regina.
Hey. How y'all doing tonight?
Hi there. How are you this evening? Hello,
Come on, join
Mrs.
us.
Day. Hello.
Log in. Sound off and log in, people.
Yes, it's Sunday.
Yes, it is Sunday.
Z and X has joined. Welcome,
Wow.
welcome,
Hey,
welcome.
Smart and Sassy.
Smart and Sassy is
1214.
here.
Hello.
Welcome to Marriage for Real. It is Sunday. Hello, Miss
Hello, everybody.
Daisy.
How's it going?
Hey, Miss Tika.
Hey,
Amazing
Tika,
50
hey.
has joined. Welcome.
Blessings
Hello,
to you, Miss Proverbs.
Blessings
Hello.
to you,
Good
too.
to see you again.
Hello, Beauty
Beauty
Overload.
Overload.
What is going on this evening? Hey,
Yes.
what are you guys doing amazing at 50? What are you guys up to?
Give us some good news. Aloha from Hawaii. Regina 23.
Regina, is your boo in the house with you on
Our
tonight?
tropical sister. Great. Glad to see you.
Do we have the Mister here on tonight as well?
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Hello,
you so much.
thank you for
the
you
prayers
guys.
of the righteous availeth much. When
Yes.
you all say that, trust me, we feel it.
You watching
feel
football
it.
with the hubby.
I like that. That's what's up, Mrs. Day.
That is building your marriage.
right.
Thanks. Keep me lifted up in prayer.
I may actually get
Yes.
this one to watch some basketball with me this season.
Yes.
We may actually make that happen.
We might.
Good luck.
Hello, K-Steve. Welcome, you guys.
Hey,
Miss Tika's right on it. Miss
as
Tika
usual.
is our voice here on Periscope.
Yes.
So she puts up all our follows and all that type of stuff. So we thank you,
Yeah,
Miss
so
Tika.
pay attention to Miss Tika. When she logs, she'll be posting like the email and the Facebook and how to share and all that great stuff. But we are grateful to be here. We just literally walked through the door from Ohio.
Yes.
Literally.
Marriage. 1M.
Yes.
Not
Literally
marriage.
just walked through the door and said, okay, we got to hit our peeps up.
Yes.
Immediately.
See what's going on.
Yes. Got to do our check-in and sound off and see what's going on with everybody this weekend. We were in Cincinnati this weekend. Our oldest daughter had a basketball game, and you all be praying for her. She's been, at the past month, she's been having some severe asthma and panic attacks that are like really serious.
Yeah, like we even in Cincinnati, we ended up having to rush her to the emergency room. The ambulance had to take her.
And this is the second time in a month.
It's the second time this month, so
Yeah.
please.
And it's weird because she's never had asthma and anything like that. And we actually went to Ohio specifically to monitor her.
Yeah.
And she had probably the worst one so far.
Yes, it was horrible.
And it was horrible. And
Hi.
so y'all be praying for Morgan Perry. We're going to give you her name, Morgan. Pray for her. Hold her up in your prayers. But
Yes.
we are here tonight. We are victorious because she's fine. She's on the bus with her teammates. And she's driving back. We're going to do all that doctor stuff, find out what's going on.
Thank you.
But we are here tonight because we just had a real reality check while in Ohio.
Yes. We were in Ohio and we were visiting a long lost friend, and we were just having.
Hold up.
That's my top.
I'm Dwayne.
And I'm Troy.
And we are Marriage for Real. See,
Yes.
this is that road fatigue, okay?
Yes.
I'm your brother, Dwayne, and this is LaToya. We're Marriage for Real. And we are not marital counselors. We are not life coaches. We are not doctors. We are not clinical specialists. But we have been married for over 20 years.
Yes.
And we have been through the broad spectrum of, you name it, the stuff that's killed a marriage, we've been through it.
Yes, absolutely.
And we are here to share with you so you don't have to go through it.
Yes.
Okay, we believe that we endured these scars so that you all won't have to. And we want to share, and we are transparent, open books. If you have any questions as we give our topic, because we do have a topic tonight, but feel free to ask, and you can contact us at marriageforeal@gmail.com. But for right now, invite. If you think, before we get into this, and we actually got this from Shalene Johnson, actually, while we were watching on the road, because, she's the Periscope madam, mistress, queen bee of Periscope, and we want to tell you to invite early before we get into it. Yeah. So if you're on an Android device, swipe up and hit invite. If you're on an Apple device,
she needs our connection.
She needs our connection?
Uh-huh.
What do you mean?
I'm thinking she means in her relationship.
Okay. If you are on an Apple device, swipe to the right, click invite. If you think the topic may benefit somebody on today. The topic of tonight is you can't have it all, but there's a catch.
You can have it all.
But there is a catch.
But there is a catch.
There is a catch.
And it's funny that we and this is not, we don't call names here on
Right.
Facebook.
We
so,
will tell you what inspired it.
Yes, thank you for inviting. Thank you
all so
for
much.
the invites. Thank you guys.
For the shares. Thank you.
So we were having a conversation with someone on this weekend, and this person is a very, 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 very hard-working person, very driven.
Very successful.
Hi, Dr. Cheryl.
Hi, Dr. Cheryl.
By her own admission, and she works like crazy. And so we were just having some conversation to her. That's a side note. But on the way back, my husband and I were talking about it in the car, and I think I said, it's not possible. Hello, Dr. Cheryl.
Hey, how you doing, Dr. Cheryl?
I said, you know what? I said, I don't know. I said, it's not possible, you guys, to have your cake and eat it too. And Dwayne said,
you can have it all, but not all at the same time.
Yeah, right.
We often have this in our head. I want to have it all.
Yeah.
And I challenge you to find anyone that has it all, that got it all at the same time.
Yep.
And so, what do we mean by that, babe?
Okay, so
share what we kind of shared with her, about the pain on one end or the other.
Right. So here's the thing. You have your faith and you're invested in that. You have your family and you're invested in that. You've got your marriage apart from your family and you're invested in that. And then you have your job and you have all these things and you have all these aspirations and these goals. Only Charles will go through that. And you want to invest and do everything and have it all together, right? I want to be the most awesome entrepreneur ever.
And
I want to be the most awesome parent ever. I want to be the most awesome wife or spouse ever, and the most awesome mother, and all these things. But it's not possible because 9 times out of 10, something is going to lack.
Something's going to suffer.
You're going to end up sacrificing something. And what this person ended up sacrificing, and what it looks like she's sacrificing, is her marriage and her child
that she prayed so fervently for.
Right.
And that's a tough one. And so while we were in the car, right, thank you for joining heavily.
Thank you.
While we were in the car talking, it kind of hit us, because my wife was sharing with this person, and she told her, we sacrificed as well.
Yeah.
We sacrificed for the sake of our family. We sacrificed our personal success.
Yeah.
See, I'm a very driven person. I come from a very driven family, and I understand that drive to succeed at everything, and to leave your mark. And it almost cost me my family early on. Mm-hmm. It really did. Once we had gotten out of off of welfare and I got on the police department, I started making all this money, and then all of a sudden making money became very easy. When you can carry a badge and a gun, I was making $30, $40, $50 an hour, $100 for it was crazy, wasn't it, babe? Yes. You know what I mean? It was crazy. And so, but everything was suffering. Mm-hmm. She was suffering. I wasn't with my kids, but I was making money. You understand? And I thought that I'm being, the good husband, the good father, providing and all this other stuff, but something took a hit. Yeah. Something always takes a hit. So to tonight's topic, you can have it all, but not at the same time. Right. Chances are you're not going to get it all at the same time. Yeah. And so how does that look?
What do you mean how does it look?
Break it down.
It's we used the analogy, if you look at the title of a cake and eating it too. There's no way you can go into your kitchen right now and binge on it's like Dwayne's favorite cake is one of the things that I make, and it's a Frango mint chocolate cake, right? And so it's like all this fudge and all this chocolate. If he sat down and tried to eat that cake all at one time, that would not be a good thing. So you have to take it in slices, sometimes 2 slices at a time. But if he eats it all at one time, something's going to suffer. And what's that going to be?
My health.
Your health. Your health is going to suffer. And sometimes as spouses, we get on a path, or we get on a certain mission. Yeah. Hey, thanks for coming. Hey. Welcome. Thank you for inviting, and thank you, Dan, for coming.
Thank you, Dan. Yes.
We get on.
Hey, here's her reminding my sister and brother. Hey! We just got off the road.
Yes. We get on a path, and we get on this mission that we're going to do this. But remember, our plate is always already so full. And when you're taking bites and bites of everything, nothing ever gets completely done.
No,
right?
no.
Nothing. And so so you say, oh, you know what? Let me focus here, or let me focus in these 2 pieces on my plate. Then the other piece is going to go bad, right?
Mystique, we see you.
Right. The other piece is going to be what's the word I'm looking for?
It's going to struggle. It's going to lag.
Yeah, it's going to struggle.
We like my brother has a beautiful young family, and he said, "Man, Wayne, you guys are young and empty nesters." And I said, "Well, bro, you got to understand, you're going to pay on the front end or the back end, but you're going to pay." See, for us to have a young family and for us to be so young and our kids we're virtually empty nesters, what it cost us on the front end was our youth. Yeah. Okay, was what was all the fun and all the the stuff that young people do. You understand? And we poured into our family. My wife made a great point. She said, don't think that we're perfect, because we're not. Because this person was commenting on how beautiful, because we were all down there when Morgan went to the hospital. My son came down, and so she got to see all of us at the same time. And she says, "You guys are such a beautiful family. Your chemistry, blah blah blah." I said, "Well, Tori was like, well, we're not perfect. Dwayne and I sacrificed our personal success for you to see what you see. Yeah, we poured into our family, but there was a price to pay. Yeah, because we could not have it all. Yeah. You understand? So it was about, all right, well, let's pick what it is that we're going to succeed at this phase in our life. Yeah. And so while we were young, we determined, because of our own upbringings, that we were going to pull all our energy and efforts into our family. And there's a saying that says that the thing that's most important to you will often yield the most results. Yep. And that's the truth. Yeah, the most you spend the most time at. The thing you spend the most time, and people see our family, and fortunately that's our family. But unfortunately, now that we're middle-aged, our finances struggled. You understand? Our personal success struggled. I feel like I'm playing catch-up on some of my own personal aspirations. Now, I'm not talking about regrets. I'm talking about prioritization, people. We're talking about prioritization, okay? Now, you'll see some people that appear to have it all, but oftentimes if you peel back that curtain, there's some things that we're struggling that they just don't really want you to see. Yes. All right, I see those hearts. I can tell y'all feel what I'm saying, okay? And it's tough. How do you manage it all? What should your priorities be at this point? And so I see that His and Her Money is on. And so His and Her Money, Ty gave me like this awesome book. And the book was How to Get Out of Survival Mode. And I cannot remember her name at this moment. So Ty, if you're still here, pop her name up on the screen if you remember. But it's an awesome book. And this is what she said in the book. She said, pick 5 things that when you die, if you would have accomplished these things, you'll be happy with your life. These are the things you should focus on. Those things, of course, was my faith in God and my relationship with the Lord, my husband, of course, and then my children. I think the last thing was like my personal, Crystal Payne, money saving mom. All right, thanks, Ty. Y'all gotta check out His and Her Money, y'all, if you haven't already. Yes, if you guys don't follow His and Her Money. Yeah, you should. You should. You guys should. Got to. They got the juice. You should. They got the juice. They got the juice. They got that juice to help you succeed in your finances. They got the juice. Absolutely. And so reading that book really helped me put things into priority. It's important to me that my relationship with the Lord is like in a good spot. My relationship with my husband is in a good spot. My relationship with my kids are in a good spot. My business, literally, you all, came last. Yeah. Came last. Because I did not want to be, thank you, Ms. Proverbs. I didn't want to be an successful entrepreneur and be a poor mother. I didn't want to be a successful makeup artist and be a poor wife. I didn't want to be a successful whatever it was and not have a relationship with the Lord. None of that stuff. So I had to put first things first, and put those things in priority and attend to those things every day. So it is spending time with those things every day. That's got to get in. Sowing into my husband, had to get in. Sowing into my children, had to get in. And that's how I kept my plate small, right?
in portions that I could digest. But then you all, guess what? I start letting other people put stuff on my plate.
Yeah, and see that you have to learn how you have to be real with yourself, people, and that's phase number one. You see, sacrifice by definition means that you're not going to get what you want.
Yeah,
and many of us don't want to see. Having your cake and eating it too means that you're not sacrificing anything. Mm-hmm. The question is, what are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to sacrifice the emotional and mental well-being of your children and the security of your spouse for your business success? Mm-hmm. You understand? Or are you willing to sacrifice that business success now to invest in your children and your family in its formative years? Mm-hmm. You understand? Many of us, we try to do it all. And believe it or not, what happens when you try to carry too much? You drop everything.
Yep. And
that's really what it is. Mm-hmm. Okay, when you try to carry too much, you drop everything. See, in our family, you can't let other people put stuff on your plate.
Yeah.
And we just had that reality check just recently.
Yes.
Okay, and we've had to let what this person put on. We had to let it go. You know what I mean? Because the stuff, we have to be wise stewards to what we know the Lord has given us. Yeah. Okay, what the Lord has given us, we have to be faithful in. And be cautious as to what other people will give you, okay? Because, every good thing ain't necessary. Now, y'all can tweet that. Every good thing ain't necessary. We're not saying the stuff that was given to us wasn't good, okay? Yeah. But it wasn't expedient at this time. Yeah. You understand? The timing was bad.
And our previous pastor used to always have this comment, and her comment would be, if the devil can't hold you back, he'll push you too far. And when you're gifted and anointed in a place, other people see that, right?
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. And for you to offer your gift and use your gift, that's a good thing as well. But you got to learn how to divvy it up. You got to learn how to delegate. You got to learn how to say no.
Right.
Not right now.
Right.
Or not even say, I'm not saying no. We can say not right now. And we're learning. You're learning.
We're learning. And so, and so to our point on tonight, okay, we want to challenge you all who are watching this.
It's okay. Yes.
That's
hard, Regina. That's hard for me.
Let me tell you something.
Easier for him.
Let me tell you something, Regina, to that no is okay. I have a saying that I think I created. If y'all heard it somewhere else, okay, that's fine. I think that I came up with it. But your no's give value to your yeses. Remember that. Your no's lend value to your yeses. When you are ready and willing to say no, when you say yes, it is greatly appreciated and valued. Do you understand that? I'm not saying you have to be a miser, but you can't be so quick with your yeses. Do you understand? Because then they become devalued.
Yes.
You feel me? And so that's kind of what I live by. My no's give value to my yeses.
Yes.
Okay? And so with that being said, what are you willing to say no to and sacrifice for the things that you say that you really want?
Yeah.
Okay, many of us say that we want a close family.
Yeah.
Well, guess what that requires? That requires time, physical time, you being present, emotionally being present. Do you understand? And completely invested.
Yes.
You can't, especially when it comes to family relationships, you can't divide your attention.
Yeah.
It's not really, it doesn't work. You understand? We say we want strong marriages, but you're working 80, 90 hours a week and you're seeing your spouse in passing.
You're dead.
You understand? Probably not going to happen, but your career is probably going to take off.
Yep.
Okay. You're going to have a account full of cash. Okay. All right. Be able to buy whatever you want. You understand? What are you willing to sacrifice to get the things that you really say you want?
Yes.
You can have it all.
Yes.
But you got to have a plan.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Your plan, and I'm sure his and her money can appreciate that. You got to have a plan that allows for everything to come in its time.
Yes. And that's the thing. Say that again, babe. Everything has to
come in its time.
Yes.
Okay? And that happens with a plan.
Yes.
You understand? My wife and I, we know that we're going to be financially we're going to be financially wealthy. We know that's coming, okay? But we knew that the time when all our kids were toddlers and there were basketball games and parent-teacher conferences, I sacrificed my health for that. I spent almost 20 years on midnights on the police department so that I could be present with my kids. She sacrificed a career. She was staying at home. Talk to my sisters. They're staying at home, okay? And to mind you, they're college educated, extremely smart. Until we just lost the light.
It's okay.
Okay, extremely intelligent.
Lost 2 lights.
All right, there we go. Sorry about that. All right, that's Sister Toy fiddling.
One phone's not charging.
Okay, but extremely well off, education wise, very capable, young, but they're investing in their families right now. Okay, they're investing in the things that matter to them most, while allowing time to build. Okay, while allowing time to build. Oh, Miss Proverbs, log out and log back in. Okay, if you can, because we definitely don't want to lose you. You're one of our favorites. Okay, but still, it's about being. What are you willing to sacrifice right now?
Yeah.
For the end game. What is your end game?
Yeah.
Okay, because we try to get all this stuff now. In your hands, you only got 2 hands.
Yeah.
You only got 2 shoulders. You only got 2 legs.
Yes.
Okay? Something's going to break down. Something's going to drop. Don't let it be your family.
Yeah. And even more so, we know we're talking about families, and we know that this is marriage for real. And we always say here at Marriage for Real that that you and your spouse are the team. Sometimes when you're on mission, you can get off mission because you get distracted by other things. But first and foremost, after God, your spouse should be the thing that you are investing and sowing into. Together, you should be sowing into your children, your ministries, your family, those things. But we put so many things out of order. Oh, someone said,
and have no plan.
Love, yeah.
Yes.
And have Team Hardy.
Yes, right.
You are Team Hardy.
Team Hardy. Yes.
Yes. And what do we say about teams? There's who's on the team?
Only 2.
Only 2 on the team.
Team of marriage is only 2 on the team.
2.
I don't care how many kids you got. The team is 2.
And the head coach is
the Lord. Period. Yep. Period. Okay. Your children, they're reserves.
Yeah.
They're reserves.
Yeah. They don't even really play on the team.
Yeah. They're reserves.
They really don't even have a say so.
Yeah. Because you know why? You're raising them to go build their own teams.
Yeah.
And they're going to do that if you're on your square, if you're on your post. Your goal is to raise them to be on their own teams. And guess what? When all is said and done, you're going to be back to square one.
Yep. This is going to be the team.
This is going to be the team. So make this the team early.
Yes.
You understand? Make this the team early.
And that's hard to do because it's not saying that you don't love your children. You know what I'm saying? Your children are a part of your legacy, so you should sow into them.
Yes.
All those things. But if this isn't strong, if he and I aren't strong, our children
are going to be a mess.
They're going to be a
hot mess.
Yes.
Okay? Honestly. And so it really kind of broke our hearts because, we are seeing this very often today with the gotta get it now. Everyone wants to get theirs now. I've never seen so many entrepreneurially driven individuals as I have today. Okay, and I think that's primarily because of what the internet allows us to do as far as giving us a platform and the ability to be self-sustaining. But with that being said, I'm seeing a lot of kids left to their own devices.
Yeah.
I'm seeing we're seeing a lot of families struggle. The person we met today, beautiful person, a giver, a huge heart. Mm-hmm. We loved how real and honest she was. And she knows she has to make a change. You know what I mean? Because she's like, she has to fight herself. Yeah. We have to fight our wiring sometimes, people. We just can't. Can I for a second? People, we live on this platform where we say, that's just the way I am.
Yeah.
Well, I can't help it. That's just the way I am. Well, that lets me know that you're not inclined or motivated to improve. See, because when you think that you're okay, when you rest on that's just the way I am, that means you have no incentive, no vision. You're not looking in the mirror to realize what needs to be improved on the person that you are.
Yeah.
Okay? I hate that. And so what I loved about this person is she didn't go there.
Yeah.
She's like, I know that I'm messing up.
Yeah.
You understand? And we were like, the fact that you know that is hope.
Yeah, no room for growth. Yeah.
No room for growth. That's just the way I'm. That's the biggest cop-out. Just because you are the way you are doesn't mean you're okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you're right. Just because that's the way you are.
Yeah.
The way that I am, if I'm left to my own devices and I don't leave room for the Lord to improve me, for my wife to help correct me, then the way that Brother D is, believe it or not, I'm a pretty nice guy, but I got some jacked up stuff, y'all. Okay? I got some jacked up stuff.
Yeah.
Seriously. You know what I mean? And I'm never happy with the way that I am. Our goal is always to be a little bit better every day.
Yes.
I'm done.
Oh, it's okay. Get him out. He's like, let me get out. Sometimes you have to change to play on the team. Absolutely, you have to. You definitely have to. You know what? It's not that you do have to change, but what you have to do is you have to come together on a common level and agree and say, you know what? This is where I am, and this is where you are, and this is where we're trying to go. What do we need to do in order to get there? What am I willing to change? What do I need to change?
What am I willing to sacrifice?
What am I willing to sacrifice? Is it time for me to grow up and be a big girl? Like really, and just do the thing, right? You have to decide,
yes,
make a choice that we have this mission. This is what we want to do. What do we need to do to get there?
How do we get there?
Yes. What do we need to do differently?
What do I have to give up?
Yes.
You know, my passions, the things that I like to indulge in, I couldn't. Not if we're going to stay on target. Okay? Everything that I love my toys. I love my comic books. Brother will spend. Okay? If we have a financial goal, brother can't go buy willy-nilly. Mm-hmm. Can't do that. Do you understand? If we have a ministerial goal, guess what? I can go play ball on Wednesdays and Sunday mornings when everybody's at the gym hooping it in, trying to get in these tournaments. As much as I love basketball, not if I'm trying to grow ministerially, because those are the days when I get fed spiritually.
Yes.
You understand? So what are you willing to sacrifice to get to where you want to be? Mm-hmm. We're telling you the two things that should never be sacrificed are your spouse and your children.
And your faith.
And your faith. That's it.
Yeah, the three things. Yes, your faith, your family, and your spouse.
That's it.
It should. And so
they should never be sacrificed.
Right. And so when we were talking to this individual, and I was saying to her, I said, what you have is, I said, you're driven. You're doing your business
and successfully. Y'all.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You're doing your business awesomely, but your marriage and your child is failing. So what you have right now is a business deal.
That's
basically.
It. You have a business deal in your four walls.
Because nothing else is working. But you got a business deal. You come home, we switch the kids. That's it. You have no relationship with your child. You have no relationship with your spouse. What you have is a business deal. That doesn't work.
Not in marriage.
And then, and as Dwayne said, she was very open and honest. Yeah, that doesn't work. And so what do we need to do to fix this? Right? We got to make some different decisions. When you make up your mind that you are ready to change, you will change. You'll start putting things in order to make that thing effective versus letting it happen on its own. You got something you want to say?
You know, don't get us wrong, you all. We there's a price to pay.
Yeah.
You understand? There's a price to pay. The question is, are you willing to pay it?
Yeah.
Do you understand? You know, like I said, we had our children early, which we forfeited a childhood. Literally, we forfeited those early 20 years where you can go around the world and go on, bounce from state to state and sleep on couches. We had kids.
Yeah.
We got married. We had to put on our big folks' drawers. Mm-hmm. You understand? And guess what?
Yes.
I kind of missed it. I'm not gonna lie. There was kind of woo. I'm seeing all these other people guys riding these cars in their early 20s. You know what I mean? Went to college, and I didn't have to. I had to raise a family. That was my first priority. And so now, though, when I look back, people are looking at us like, "Wow, y'all are still young. Y'all kids are grown. Man, your kids love being around." Yeah, but it cost us something.
Yeah.
The thing was, we were willing to pay it,
and
I would pay it again.
And standing on this side of that, I would do it in the heartbeat.
I would pay it again.
In the heartbeat.
I would pay it again. Now, mind you, those that are doing their formative stuff, in their 20s and early 30s, making all the money, going to school, Great if that's for you. But
yes,
guess what? When you decide to have children at 30, 35, 40, you can't look at us and expect to get the same thing that we got because we paid on the front end.
Yeah,
you're
going to pay on one end.
You're going to pay on one and the other. If you want to pay on the front end or do you want to pay on the back end?
Yes.
We paid on the front end when it came to our entrepreneur goals and our visions. We paid on the front end so that it's our time to reap on the back end.
Yeah.
Do you understand? What I'd like to, my goal is to be a millionaire by the time I was 30. Y'all, I'm so far behind, it ain't funny.
I said 35.
I said 30, y'all. I was planning on being a multi-millionaire by 30. Don't get it twisted. And I had all the tools to get there. Do you understand? Except I started having kids. You know what I mean? So the question is, what are you willing to pay? Where are you willing to pay the piper? The piper must be paid. Okay? But guess what? The piper never gets your family.
Yes.
The piper never gets
your marriage.
Never gets your marriage. Never gets your faith.
Never.
That's one thing the piper doesn't get. Okay?
Right. So that's what I got, babe.
That's all I got, y'all. That's pretty easy. Any questions? Any testimonies? Okay, we got a few more minutes here. You know, and if you all agree, hit them 7s. That's our thing here at Marriage for Real. 7 is God's number of completion. Let us know, hey, we hit some targets here tonight.
I dare see someone said it's very important that you be on one accord, and that is so true. And I know that's so sometimes hard to do, but it's very necessary to be.
I was told my family would understand my sacrifice to finish school. Let me tell you something, Miss Will. That may very well be the case. And we're not trying to make you feel any kind of way if that's where you want to pay.
She said that's the wrong person to listen. It was the wrong person to listen to.
Oh, that was the wrong person to listen to. Okay. Yeah. You have to determine for yourself what you're willing to sacrifice. No one else can tell you what somebody else is going to understand.
Yeah.
That's a myth from the pit of hell.
That's true. That's true.
Can't nobody else tell
understand.
You. Nobody can tell you what somebody else will understand. Okay? You have to determine that for yourself. You really do.
You do. Absolutely. And even I think us being, it's hard to sacrifice a career. It's hard to sacrifice a career at 33. It is. It is. But here's the thing, Regina. You have to, again, prioritize what you want. Now, I know you're like, I'm 33 years old. I'm in the midst of building my career. I'm in the upswing. If that's what you value and that's where you want your thing to be, then...
Especially being a breadwinner. We understand that.
Yeah, absolutely.
We understand that. Listen, we're not here to try we're not here to try to mess up your thing.
Yeah, you need to know your priority.
Right. We're not here to try to mess up your thing. We're trying to get you to weigh everything. Does that make sense? Okay? We're trying to get you to weigh everything. If the price is too high, is it something you should be paying?
That's it.
And only you can determine that.
That's it.
Do you understand? If the price is too high, is it something you should be paying?
Yes.
Okay? And if it is something that you're not willing to pay, okay, now we got to find out, all right, how do we adjust for that? Because I'm not willing to pay that.
Yeah.
You understand? Okay, we're not going to be millionaires by the time we're 30. I'm 43 now, and she's whatever she wants y'all to tell you she is. Okay?
So Regina, too, here's the thing, and this is just throwing up the top of my head. So you're saying, my career right now, I don't know what your family situation is. I think we spoke a couple ago about your spouse and his mom. Right. I'm sure I think it's the same thing. But here's the question. What is the goal? What's the goal?
What's the plan?
Is the goal to...
3-year-old and infant, yeah.
Is the goal to raise...
We've been there, Miss Regina. We've been there.
Is the goal to raise a 3-year-old and an infant to be successful people? At the end, here's the question.
That 3-5 days out the month don't work.
It
don't work.
Here's the thing.
You know that already, Miss Lillian. Go ahead.
At the end of the day, what is it that you want? And that's the question that you have to ask yourself. At the end of the day, what am I willing to sacrifice
to get it?
What am I? Because it could be my career, but if I gotta take a $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 pay cut to be at home, live in a smaller house, right? Thanks, Miss Tika. To live in a smaller house, maybe downsize to a smaller car, just so that I can balance this, because I want a successful family. Yes. I want to, what do you want? I want a successful marriage.
Go with my children and raise independent, God-fearing, successful children. And so with that,
yes.
Now that you know what you want, that's your end goal. Now, what does it take to have that?
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Because there's going to be some sacrifices on both parts. That doesn't mean listen, when you have a spouse,
yeah,
there's a sacrifice on both ends. It's not all on you.
So Regina, do you follow his and her money? I mean, because they can help you on that. They can help you on that.
Yeah, follow his or her money. They can definitely help with that, Miss Regina. Okay. So now the thing is, now that you know what the end game,
great.
Yeah. Now that you know what the end game you want it to be. Now you all have to sit down together and devise a plan that works for both of you all to make that happen. We don't know what that looks like for you. Hopefully you have our marital vision plan, okay? Because that'll help you out with that. Mm-hmm. Do you understand? But like for us, early on, sister was in school. Do you understand? And working. Mm-hmm. We were hustling and grinding. When we saw things in our kids that we didn't like from them spending all day at the daycare, okay, and being raised by the daycare, mind you, the woman just got arrested. Okay, but at the time she was doing a good job. We're talking almost 20 years later. She just got arrested. You just saw it on the news yesterday. Okay, but anyway, when we saw the things in our children that we didn't like, sister made that sacrifice. Okay, babe, I'm coming off. I'm staying home.
Yep.
I got the kids, and guess what? My sacrifice was, okay, I got to work more. Mm-hmm. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I wanted to go back to school too. you feel me? And because we wanted what you said that you wanted. We wanted God-fearing, successful children. We wanted a healthy marriage. But we could not have it all. We couldn't have the school. Not for us. It didn't work for us.
Yeah, that's not what we want. What we wanted didn't fit what we were doing at the moment.
It didn't fit where we were at the time. You understand? And that's something you and your spouse have to determine. We can't tell you that's it for you. But for us, here in Chicago, where we were at that age, at that point in time, in the late 90s, early 2000s, do you understand? For us, it meant can't go to school, stay at home, raise the kids. I have to be the primary breadwinner. Do you understand? Do what it takes. Couldn't have the house, stayed in an apartment. You know what I mean? We had to work and we had to devise something that worked so that we could have what we said we wanted.
Yeah.
But it cost both of us.
It did.
It cost us both something.
And
one person shouldn't have to pay a hefty price. Now when there's two people involved.
Absolutely. And Dr. Cheryl, we'll be praying for you. You know,
I missed it. What she said?
When the one door opens, another one opens. When one door closes, another one opens. And this God's got something so much better for you.
I missed it. What?
She got laid off from her job, her state job, Friday after many years.
We'll be praying.
Absolutely.
We'll be that prayer. Yeah.
Yeah. Your husband stayed home a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. That you're right, Ms. Tika. That's it. You have to come to an agreement. That's the thing. And Regina, when you say, I want to have a successful marriage. I want to have a successful marriage.
Now we're considering not trading off. We're working together.
Oh, that is
praise
awesome.
God.
But here's the thing, Miss Regina. You want to have a successful marriage and successful children. Here's the question. Monetarily, how much does that cost?
Yeah.
How much does it cost to have that?
Yes.
Those two things you can't borrow with money.
Nope.
That is a time thing. That currency to have successful marriages and successful children.
That requires you.
That requires you and time. Right.
Yeah.
That's it. that currency is time.
Yeah.
That currency is you. That is how you have a successful marriage and successful children. You got to put the time in and you got to put the work in. Money is not even an option in either one of those. That piece of that money comes when you want to have the things. Yeah, you want to have it all, but no one wants to put in the work, right?
No one wants to sacrifice.
And so sometimes you have to. Dr. Cheryl, no problem at all.
Yeah.
Hi, JSW.
Hey, JSW.
You guys may just have to sit down and say, okay, so what do we really want?
Yeah,
and that's the thing. How do we get it?
What do we have to give up to get it?
What does that look like?
What does that look like for us?
Yeah.
And that's not a one-time 2-hour conversation. That's like a marathon of conversations.
Yeah.
Seriously, and you got to be kind to yourselves.
Yeah.
And it's a whittling away process, and it takes a lot of faith.
It does.
It takes faith. It takes a lot of fortitude, intestinal fortitude. When she stopped going to school, man, that was hard for her.
Yeah,
that's all she ever wanted. That's all she ever wanted. You understand? And it was hard for me watching that because I wanted that for her. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But after all those conversations, we agreed there was no way we could do what we said we wanted to do and have that in play at that time.
So we had 3 babies under 5.
Yeah. 3 under 5.
Yeah.
3 under 5.
Hi, Minister Marquis.
Okay. And so that required a present parent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 3 under 5. You might be able to get away with it with 1, maybe 2.
Yeah.
But you had 3 under 5.
Yeah.
Okay. And
hey.
and mind you, neither of us at the time were college educated. So most of the money that we were making was going to the daycare.
Yeah.
You understand? And we finding out, and things just didn't make sense. When we sat down and figured it out, we're like, wait a second, we're killing ourselves and we're coming up in the negative, and our kids are struggling.
Yeah.
If we're going to come up in the negative, at least let our kids not struggle.
Yes.
Okay? Seriously. If we were going to be in the financial negative anyway, but we're not going to do that and our kids be disconnected from us.
Yeah. Or we'd be disconnected from each other.
Disconnected from each other. Do you understand?
Yep.
You have to weigh those costs in your household, and only you and your spouse can do that.
Yeah.
So that's what we got, y'all. That's what we got. And you know what? We're sorry. We want to apologize if our energy's a little bit low.
We're tired.
We literally just came off the road.
You said, did y'all homeschool? No, we did not homeschool, but I homeschool my daughter.
Our baby.
You're the youngest one. Her junior year of high school.
Yeah.
Her junior year.
Yeah.
Of high school. And here's the thing, it was necessary. And if I could go back, so many things, if you could go back and do, it was the best thing I could have ever done.
It worked for her.
It worked. It was the best. I wish I would have started so much earlier.
It worked for her.
That was what she needed. That's
what she needed.
Our
older two didn't need that.
Yeah.
But for her, she leapfrogged after that. Thank you all so much. Put up.
Yes, actually.
All right.
Dr. Cheryl, you know what? You know that my delay does not mean deny.
It does not.
It doesn't. When you just being set up for the next. And sometimes...
Can we share our testimony over the weekend?
Wait a minute. Sometimes God has to push us out of our comfortable place.
Yes, they are. You're right, Ms. Regina.
Because we refuse to move to the next.
Crucial, Ms. Regina.
Because we are afraid of the next. Because we don't know what the next looks like. So sometimes it's a hard... Yes, he pushes us. Sometimes he just kicks us out and say, "You done. You done." And that's what happened to us.
Yeah.
He was like, "It's done. You're over." She said, "Share it." Okay. Go ahead, share it.
Okay, so those of you who have been following us for a while know that we were just coming out of the past 3 years financially have been abysmal. Do you understand? We're talking about black hole nothing. We're talking about evictions. We're talking about repossessions. Okay, we're talking about things being cut off. All right, not disconnection notices, disconnected. Do you understand what I'm saying? We're talking about jobs being lost, like back to back, and
it was
horrible. It was horrible. And so, believe it or not, shortly around the time when we started periscoping, things started turning around. The Lord started blessing, and I went from. It was weird not getting jobs that I knew I was qualified for.
Yes.
And so, long story short. You all know that now mind you, I'm praying that this marriage for real thing, that this could be our full-time job eventually. But until that happens, brothers got to make income, and the Lord knows that. And so, long story short, the Lord just started accelerating some processes for me, and I just got 2 police department job offers in 2 days.
She said, "Shout me to tune it up."
In 2 days, okay? We're talking, one department's like, "Yep, we want you." And the other one's like, "Nope, yeah, well, we want you." You know what I mean? And mind you, this is 3 years after nothing.
Yes.
After nothing. You follow me? And now it's about, which one do I want? Seriously. And this is how the Lord works. Now, what I really want to do, we want to spread this.
We want to do this.
We want to do this together with y'all. Yeah. This is what we really want to do.
Yes.
So you all spread the word that is marriage for real. We actually have the web designers working on the website right now. We got some great stuff coming down the pipeline as far as downloads and seminars and webinars. We're going to be making ourselves available for speaking engagements. This is what we want to do because this is where our heart is.
Yeah.
We love you guys. We love hearing about, what you're going through, how you're overcoming, how we can help you overcome it. Do you understand? We want to help you guys win.
And the thing about it is, and we hold fast to that scripture that says, only what you do for Christ
will last.
And I always say,
we ain't going nowhere, truthful.
What we always say is that we didn't go through what we went through.
Yes. For us.
For us.
We didn't go
Or
through
just
this.
for us.
Yes.
We went through what we went through for everybody else as well. And we would not have allowed the enemy the glory of letting that happen to us.
Minister Marquis, we will. We'll check it out.
Absolutely. Letting that happen to us and nobody else benefit from it. That's not how God blesses.
No.
When he blesses us, everybody else get blessed too.
Period.
And so he brought us out on the other side. And so that's why we do Marriage for Real. We're here to tell you that no matter what it looks like, we serve a God of reconciliation. Period. Point blank. That's all.
That's it.
So no matter what it looks like, no matter what the fact says, the truth is that God still reigns, God still rules, and if you are willing to make your marriage work and you're willing to add him to the mix, you can't lose.
You can't lose.
You can't lose. You cannot lose.
You cannot lose. And to that point, I'm taking one of these jobs, but this is what we know we're called to do. And so this ain't going nowhere. Yeah. Even though I'm taking one of these jobs.
Yeah, he's the head coach. He calls the shots.
The Lord has ordained this thing called Marriage for Real, and you guys have verified that. You all don't know the Lord has used you all.
Yes.
You think that we're here to bless y'all.
Y'all been blessing us.
Y'all got it flipped. If I could flip this phone inside out and be watching y'all, trust me, you all have made this thing a blessing, and we're stepping into that calling. Yeah. Everything else just means to an end. Remember when we talked about earlier about the plan? One of these jobs is part of that plan.
Yeah.
It's part of that plan. But guess what the end goal is now? This. You all. Marriage for Real. This is the end goal. This is what we want to put out there to let the world know, let the enemy know marriages still matter. They can still succeed in the 21st century. They ain't going nowhere. It's still ordained by God.
Yes.
Do you understand? It's still a blessed union.
Yes.
It's something that is worth working for. Do you understand?
It's worth fighting for.
It's worth fighting for. And the legacy it leaves behind is second to none.
Yes.
Period.
Yes. If you all can go back, I don't know if you have it, but if you can look at some of the successful marriages of your grandparents. Funny thing about it is this. And Minister Markey, real quick, we've been through Dave Ramsey a few times. But my husband's previous pastor, where he grew up from,
Pastor Hinton
recently passed, right? Yes. He recently passed. And if you hear the testimonies...
Yes, single people, we got y'all in mind. Trust.
Yes.
Because marriages come from single people.
Yes. Yes. If you hear the testimonies of the life that he lived and the seed that he sown and the things that grew from it, it would blow your mind. That's the same thing with your marriage. Your marriage touches so many people. The union of who you are blesses so many people. You don't even know. Yes, Pastor Hinton. Yes. You don't even know how many people are watching your marriage, and we're about to freeze.
Yes.
Oh no.
We're still going though.